Hi, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So today we're gonna go over kind of like I guess day 2 of my Archer. I want to say it's like day 2, maybe it's like day 3. It's like day 2 or day 3 anyway. So first off, I'm gonna go into my gear, and of course this is on the beta. So we're gonna go into my gear, and after my gear, we're gonna just show you some gameplay, and then we'll talk about some more stuff. So I have gotten to gear up now, opposed to previously. Why am I lagging? Getting some like frame rate issues here. Getting some bad latency. Like what is happening here? Let's go to town. Oh wait, I don't have a hideout. Like what? Let's go to Sarn. Here we go. Should have like a 5 latency here. 50. What is happening? Like PoE. Like what is going on, man? This doesn't happen. All right. Anyway, it's okay. It's all good. So first up, I need to know. Let me know how my computer fans sound, because I might need to adjust them. So anyway, so here we go. Let's talk about the gear here really quickly. Our weapon is actually pretty good. 25% spell damage, nothing too crazy. 40% implicit crit, pretty bad. 96% spell crit, very good. 31% global crit multi, that easily makes up for the lack of spell damage. Then we also have an extra 1% of lightning damage leached back as life, which is a very important stat in my current setup. Next up, I'm using a Joffrey's, just because I don't really know what to use at the moment. Joffrey's is linked with Lightning Pen, Arc, Spell Echo, and Faster Casting. This is a level 15 Arc. It is 16 if you include the Joffrey's. My shield, nothing too special, just spell damage, spell crit. I do believe I can craft life on it. I could totally be wrong. I haven't really played PoE in a while, so this is my first piece without life here. Amulet, nothing too special, life, mana regen. Ideally, I'd like a lot of cast speed here. Cast speed, crit multiplier, crit chance. I've got 2 rings. Life, resist, nothing too special. No life, just some resist. Chest piece, we've got 73 life with a single resist. Boots are pretty good. Life dual res. Belt is really good. It's high life, 2 reses, and gloves are pretty poop. So we're looking at about, I want to say 3,500 life if I had proper gear for this current character right now, considering my shield and one of my rings don't even have life on them, and the other pieces are from 50 to 70. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, where this character currently is, I have life at Revenge of the Hunted. So right here I've got 2 more life nodes. That's 8% life for 2 points. Moving down to grab Herbalism, since there's a Frenzy Charge and Heartseeker, and I'm actually going to Intuitive Leap here. I think I'm going to Intuitive Leap to grab Herbalism, Fervor, Evasion per Frenzy Charge, Survivalist, and Heartseeker, and save some points and fill it in later. So that's additional life to pick up here. Furthermore, up here we've got life and energy shield along with Written in Blood. So this is some more life here. And we still have the option, if I need additional life, to come over 1, 2, 3 and grab Purity of Flesh. And this also opens up Stormweaver. Furthermore, another route to take is I could come through Elemental Damage into Elementalist, grab Light of Divinity since it's very good for the points allocated. Elementalist does not hurt at all, and I could do some fancy stuff and come through like Devotion. I don't really like this routing. I do like Light of Divinity. I just can't justify spending the points right now to grab it. So that's the character as of right now. And this is pretty good to pick up for Lightning Walker. I just don't really need it right now. Yep. So our ways to fight Reflect is we've got Phase Acrobatics, which does help a decent amount. I do not get Unnatural Calm, although I don't really think I need it. Furthermore, I'm going to have about a 6k life pool, if not higher, because I can get over 200% life with this character. Additional ways of me obtaining said life is maybe changing my routing a bit. So instead of connecting Dex, I could connect Int Dex here. By connecting to the Int, I lied. Well, I'd spend 1 more point. Sorry, I'd go 1, 2. Anyway, I could open up this jewel socket if I needed it. I've got access to this jewel socket. I've got access to an additional jewel socket right here, and an additional jewel socket right here. Now, what these jewels do is they allow me to put niche stats on, such as like cast speed, lightning damage, life, and mana regen, for example. Simply put, I can get like 8% life via jewels. So these are really not bad scenarios to pick up. And in fact, it could be the, like, I might not even need to grab Blade of Divinity because I could just get it, you know, I could just spend 2 points. So instead of getting 16% LE damage, I could potentially get, you know, 6% cast speed, 15% lightning damage, 8% light, like something really, really crazy. So that's the cool thing about jewels, is they open up so I don't need to get these little filler nodes. And then, of course, extra damage on the tree. You've got the option of, like, Doomcast. You got the option of Throat Seeker. If you decide to come through Purity of Flesh, you could grab Arcane Potency. You've got the option of going Sovereignty and throwing in an extra aura. You've got additional cast speed on the tree via Nimbleness and Mental Rapidity. You've got the 2 points for Lightning Walker. You've got an additional Frenzy Charge, which is huge. Frenzy Charge is right here, and then we've got Heart Seeker. That's pretty much it for right now. I'm actually really happy with the damage the build puts out with the 4-link Joffreys. So, you know, without further ado, let's go ahead and show you guys. So, I am level 65, so let's run Aqueduct. Aqueduct is 67. I've showed you guys my gear. Nothing really too insane. The dagger is pretty pimpin', but again, it's nothing really that's like, holy shit, OMG, that's not possible to get. You know, just basic gear. And of course, you don't even need to use this. Realistically, if you want me to be completely honest, you could, like, get a scepter or a wand and just get, like, 16% cast speed with no spell damage and just get crit. And the cast speed will easily carry the lack of spell damage. Easily will carry it. Cast speed is nuts. And here's why, really fast to give a quick understanding of it. When you're playing a spec with lightning damage, in most games lightning damage has a very low end and a very high top end. So if you look at Arc right now, it's 126 to 2260. Now your goal as a crit based character is to crit. The problem is when you play something with such an RNG of elements, if, say I have a 50% crit chance, right, and you take the middle number, so the middle between this is going to be like somewhere around 1,000, right? 1,100, 1,300, it's around there. So essentially, whenever you crit, your average would be critting around that, even though it's not really how it works. Essentially, the faster you cast, the more likely you are to crit. The more likely you are, the more times you crit, the more likely you are to get a higher crit, like a higher top end crit. So the more cast speed you have, it all goes together. That's why cast speed is so good for the elements of lightning, opposed to fire or cold. It's still very good, but those have a lot closer top ends and low ends. So again, let's just go into this right now and show you guys some stuff. Did my game sound just get really quiet all of a sudden? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, I don't know. I'm having some like really bad latency and lag issues. I don't know what's going on. It's really weird. Yeah, this is weird. Something funky's going on. I also have not put on Vol Stormcall yet. Vol Stormcall will be a very big addition to my character as well when I set that on. So for all the tooltip warriors as well, don't worry, it's come equipped with a tooltip DPS as well. The tooltip DPS, I think it's like 8.3. I lied, it's 9.1k at the moment. Without my crit multiplier that I have not really spec'd into too much. Now, the reason how I'm able to sustain my mana, another thing, is my mana is... God, this is really light. Something's happened. I don't know what is going on. I was streaming earlier, perfectly fine. But the way I'm able to sustain my mana is actually I'm using Herald of Thunder with Mono Leech, because Mono Leech does not have a multiplier on it. So, essentially, if you look at my mana here, I'm just going to drain it. Check it going up when Herald of Thunder hits. That's all from Herald of Thunder. It's a really nice addition. I feel like it's kind of underrated, because this allows me to run Wrath instead of Clarity, and as we all know, Wrath is pretty huge considering it's a multiplier of lightning damage. Other auras you could run if you wanted to be more defensive, you could drop Wrath and run Grace. That would greatly add on to your survivability, considering you're going to get a decent amount of percentage evasion on your tree. You could run Haste, although I would not say Haste is better, but you would benefit off it in party play. And then Purity of Lightning. Now, something else to talk about as well, so options for your build. Your best addition is probably going to be Lightning Coil. The problem with Lightning Coil is if you're going to try to roll Lightning Coil with like 5 blues, or like, I don't know, whatever you decide to run, it's probably going to be 4 blues at least. You're not really going to have a very fun time trying to roll all blue on a Armor Evasion chest piece. I think it's Armor Evasion. I've never actually used Lightning Coil. And just, yeah, so essentially, one thing I was thinking of is, if you decide to use a Pledge of Hands, you get an insane amount of cast speed. Pledge gives a insane amount of cast speed, and it opens up the ability to put it in your two-hander. So if you were to use Pledge of Hands, you would drop a shield, but you would gain the ability to run Lightning Coil. That is one thing to take into account, and of course if you run Lightning Coil, you are going to run Purity of Lightning, because it would just give you so much overall survivability, and it would help you against your own Reflect as well. So that is one thing to take into account. You would probably drop Wrath, or you know what you could do? You could drop Herald of Thunder and run Purity of Lightning as well as Wrath. There's a couple things you could really do. You know, I'm not really the expert here, but I'm just throwing out some ways of playing the character. As for Arctic Armor, because people are always going to ask, I don't know. If it comes along, awesome. If not, it's whatever. This lag is really annoying me. I don't know why it's happening. So yeah, Wrath may come along, might not come along. I don't really know. Or sorry, Arctic. It's not really. You know, I'm not really a fan of Arctic Armor. So it's all good. The build's doing pretty good. Sadly to say, Ball Lightning is very strong. Ball Lightning, in my opinion, seems stronger than Arc at the moment. I might be doing something wrong with Arc. I don't believe I am, but in my current setup, if I were to use Ball Lightning, I would clear much quicker in Aqueducts without any area of effect and not using slower projectiles either. Assuming it actually works for it. I don't know how exactly it works in terms of the multiplier part. But Ball Lightning is just is so strong. Like, I might be able to just swap it in here really fast. Here's Ball Lightning. Let me throw this in really quickly here. Am I not on the right one? Okay, here's the right swap. Oh, you know that's awkward because the zone just finished. Okay. Now, here's my one thing about Ball Lightning. I really don't want to turn this character into Ball Lightning because supposedly everyone's playing Ball Lightning. So that's kind of a reason for me to, you know, kind of stray away from it. But the thing about Ball Lightning that makes it a skill that I really like is it's kind of like traps in a way. I'm thinking, like, how the fuck is Ball Lightning a trap, Pohx? Like, what? So here's my logic behind Ball Lightning kind of being like a trap. So when you play a Trapper, alright, you don't really need cast speed. The only reason you would need cast speed on a Trapper is if you were cursing and you have like a specific goal, like you need to curse at a certain speed, or, you know, some, I don't know, some whatever reasoning you have. You know, this is really showing that Ball Lightning is really bad, but that's beside the point. Okay, here we go. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make is you throw your trap. There's a delay time between the trap landing, and because there's a delay time, you have the ability to do something. You can either move, or you can either you know, curse. You can do whatever you want. Well, the thing about Ball Lightning is you throw your projectile. The projectile starts moving. Because it starts moving, you're given options to do other things. When you play stuff like Arc or, you know, Cold Snap, you know, things that have instantaneous hits, you have to choose between so where I'm looking, you have to choose between cursing or using the skill again. But Ball Lightning is like, you can start Ball Lightning and then you can have a Void spawn of Exile spawn and just insta kill you. We're just not gonna spawn them. But yeah, so I could essentially, you know, I could Lightning Warp there if I had it in before I rip. Okay, so you can start shooting the Ball Lightning, and then you can curse, which is great for Assassin's Mark. It's awesome for it. So, I mean, I'm doing it incorrectly because I'm just used to cursing ahead of time, but it, like, here you go, you shoot them, curse, run past, and they die. So that's a really cool addition to the way Ball Lightning works. It's just nice, you know, it's really nice to just have it like that, opposed to, you know, the way normal spells are. And the reason why I say that is, I'm not a big fan of curse on hit. With Herald of Thunder, it just doesn't feel consistent to me. You know, I've played around with it, I tried it with Arc, and it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work because things usually just die instantly, and I don't scale area of effect on Arc because it's not an area of effect skill, and because it's not an AoE, you're not scaling AoE, which means your Herald of Thunder, I believe, you need to be closer for it to properly start proccing. So it's not really very effective for me. So we'll see how this Ball Lightning works. I don't really know. I don't know if I'm doing Arc or Ball Lightning. You know, leveling both of them. We're gonna see exactly how it goes. I would change the tree slightly if I was running Ball Lightning. Again, I don't know the best method for it because I haven't really thought specifically of a Ball Lightning build. But some things that I would change, I'll talk about here in a minute. Or why is my latency so bad? You know, maybe I connected to the wrong server at the start. Maybe that's why. I do feel like Arc single target in a way is better than Ball Lightning. Again, that's probably because I don't have AoE and I'm not using slower proj, which is a huge addition if you decide to, you know, if that multiplier actually works for it. I don't know. I know that slower projectiles itself works on Ball Lightning. I don't know if that multiplier bonus works. You know, I'm not a Ball Lightning expert. I have never played it before. That's really bad. He's gonna one-shot me. I'll tell you what we're gonna do here. We're gonna click this and, okay. We didn't get one shot. That's okay. That's good. So anyway, let's talk about really fast what I would do for Ball Lightning here. I would grab Sniper for 2 points here. So that's boom. That's literally just 2 points. That's 30% projectile damage. That's huge. Little bit of projectile speed. I like projectile speed. Even though I know it hurts Ball Lightning, I like it. Furthermore, I would probably do some fancy footwork here. And maybe go 1-2. Grab this jewel socket. Drop power charge duration. I would probably grab blast radius like this, and I would grab, I don't know if I would intuitive leap like this. I'm not really sure. Either I would intuitive leap or I would just simply pick up blast radius for a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just 1, 2, 3. And then with Templar, I would probably drop sanctity and life if I didn't need it, and I would just connect 1, 2, 3. And then I would go boom boom and Light of Divinity. That's all that I can think of as of right now what I would change specifically with my Ball Lightning character. I don't know if Reflect would be more of an issue, because with Ball Lightning you shoot all the projectiles out already. I'm not really too sure. But anyway, that's pretty much going to sum it up for this video. You guys let me know if you have any thoughts, concerns, questions. And yeah, but yeah, anyway. I'm pretty happy to be back, man. I'm loving this new computer. This is pretty fun. I might just have to turn the fans down because they're set to max while I was trying to figure out my overheating issue, which has been solved. Thermal paste is a crazy thing, boys. Make sure you don't ever eat it. So, anyway, have a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. And remember, you can always catch me streaming live at twitch.tv/Pohx. Take care. Have a great one. And I'm going to go pet a pussy. I mean cat. I mean what?